Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Knit a Rainbow podcast. My name is Kimberly McAlinden, and I have a very special guest here today. This is
Alissa Baptista of Cake.
Cake Wool.
Cake Wool, not Cake Yarn.
Not Cake Yarn, Wool Company. And it is so exciting that Helen and I have taken a ride up. We are in Alissa's studio, which is so exciting. And we are here to chat about cake wool. I actually did promise you all, so let me get this out of the way. Yeah, we're going to chat in 1 second.
That's fine.
But last week, I promised you all that I would show you my hand spun of the pink yarn. And so here she is.
So this is your hand spun.
I hand spun
You
this.
made this.
I made it. Isn't it
Oh,
soft?
it is beautiful.
Thanks.
I love your colors too.
Thanks. No. I bought them like this and I just spun it. I didn't dye the wool.
So you bought a bat.
That's why I have friends like you.
Okay.
I bought a bat already dyed.
Yeah.
I have all the gear. And when I say all the gear, all of the gear, to take a fleece from the animal and process it and dye it and then spin it and then design something and knit it. And I have all the things to do that.
I don't.
Because I tend to, when I jump into something, I don't jump. I put a wetsuit on. I dive right to the darn bottom. Helen's here. Helen loves my humor, and that's really nice. But I dive right to the bottom. So one year I got a drum carder for my birthday, and my husband was like, "What is this thing?" I have a box picker. I have it all. But what I have found that I really love to do is simply to spin things that are already done for me. So here it is from last week, friends. Look at our backdrop. Look at how it just looks so nice in here. So here it is. And this is Superwash Merino, and it is from Wound Up Fiber Arts. She updates her Instagram every Saturday morning at 9 p.m. Eastern.
You should hold it up again because it's so pretty how your camera focuses on the
Isn't it
yarn.
great?
And we're nice and blurred.
I know.
out.
That is one of the reasons why I bought my fancy dancy camera.
It was worth it.
Isn't it great? It actually said it's the greatest camera for vloggers. Even though I'm not really a vlogger, even though I am a vlogger, because this really is a video blog, but in the knitting world, we call these podcasts.
Correct.
But it isn't really a podcast, because a podcast
vlog.
is what you listen in your ears. But I do all my vlogs live, pretty much. I have a couple that are edited, like filmed and then edited, like when I got my, thank you, Helen, my tattoo. That I did as a regular vlog.
Okay. So you planned it.
Did you see my tattoo in real life?
No.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have, here we go. See, doesn't it do it quickly too?
Yeah. It's really awesome. I think I want to get one.
All right.
I don't know. I don't need one.
I wish I had like a affiliate code. But then last week I said I may or may not have purchased her Rambouillet, because this is Superwash Merino. This is awesome and it's great.
And who is the maker again?
It's Wound Up Fiber Arts. Remember I said I may or may not have bought not one, but two? I bought two. I may. I did it. I did. And here it is. Isn't that a happy color? It's called Pick You Up. And doesn't it pick you up? Doesn't it make you happy to look at?
Yeah. It's just perfect for this time of year.
And it's that Rambouillet. And so it's really, feel how springy it is.
It looks really good with this one.
Yeah, it does. Oh my gosh.
Should we show him?
This is Alissa's
This is
cake wool. Not cake yarn, cake wool. And what kind is this? What's the base? It's a new base.
So this is what I call whisk, which is 80% merino and 20% nylon. It's
Nice.
fingering.
Put it up there,
Feels
man.
nice and squishy. Is it focusing?
They will. I'm in too much in the way.
Okay. Let her do it. Oh, there you did it. Good job.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I've done things in whisk. Look at how beautiful. Look at these colors. What's the name of this color?
That is Spring Fling.
Spring Fling. Look how happy. It does have all the colors. So Alissa was saying that it looks like this.
I mean, this has a little bit more of this like burnt orange in it, which I really, really love. But we were thinking on the same line.
Wavelength. And so we're in the studio. There are birds. Can you hear them? Aren't they happy? We tried to have them have a little nappy new, and they were like, no. They got really angry with you. So I wanted to show this is what I purchased, and it's from Wound Up Fiber Arts. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Caleb. Caleb, you look amazing. Look at him. I love him. He's one of my faves. Let me see. So pretty. Ooh. Hi. Okay. So that's the stuff that I have to talk about from last week. So now we're going to get into talking to Alissa. So, Alissa?
Yes.
You're not wearing knitwear.
No.
You look adorable. You did have a sweater on before.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Is it in your yarn?
Yes, it is.
That's why Helen's here. So
I got too warm because
I am a little hot. I'm flashing a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about being on camera. Thank you very much, Helen.
But we both have bangs. Bang girls for life.
Yeah,
bangs girls for life.
We look like sisters.
People asked us that at the last Cake Palooza. They asked if I was your sister.
Oh, well, I did have a sister there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. She was working in my booth. Millie, you probably didn't meet her. She's not a knitter. But she's an awesome sister.
I was in my booth the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see a lot of people.
You were busy. You were swamped.
Thanks. So I guess we can say that, guess what? Cake Palooza is happening again in 2022.
It is.
So it is going to be if you're hot, you don't have to put on. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
What are you wearing?
It's terrible of me. So I'm on the spot. I think it was just called like the Bobble Sweater by JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Forgetting.
I'll look it up and put it. Yes. I'll put it down in the description box.
But I loved it, and there is also a pullover version.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is my beloved colorway.
Beloved.
But I did it a little different. This actually is 2 skeins of fingering and 1 skein of mohair.
And did that give you worsted?
I made this.
How many stitches to the inch?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a worsted. Ago. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
You see how I used my thumb for an inch?
Worsted. Yeah, that's like
Did you ever do that?
No, you'll have to show me that. Like off camera.
I'm full of tricks. More treats though. So this is cool. So you held 2 fingerings and a mohair together.
I did.
So that would actually equal a worsted weight yarn. Okay. If it was 1 fingering, like I happen to be wearing cake wool as well today, because it's freezing as you know what.
And rainy.
It's
miserable outside.
I am wearing the Rocket Tea DK, and I have 1 skein of, I think it's whisk.
I think that's milk.
Oh.
Yeah, this is milk.
This is milk.
Yeah.
And does that have the cashmere in it? What's milk?
Milk is my superwash fingering.
Oh, it's superwash fingering.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It is superwash fingering, and then I have a strand of mohair with it. But I love this color. This was called gingerbread back in the day.
Pretty.
Aren't they? The colors are so pretty. And I wear it all the time. One of the reasons why I wear this sweater, and I wear it when I am teaching, because I want people to notice something. When you make something, whether it be a child, a dinner, or yarn, or a sweater, you always tend to notice, not necessarily with children, but you tend to notice things that you did wrong. Mm-hmm. So, see, I told you I burped. excuse me. So when I make this and people come up all the time.
I swear I only gave her water for lunch.
I promise I had water. I'm just super excited. So people, knitters come up to you and they're always feeling it and they're telling you how beautiful it is and they're looking at it. Now on this sweater, I did something that I did it on purpose. And what I did is I put a mistake in it. And I put the mistake in it so that nobody comes up to me and says, oh my gosh, look at that mistake in your knitting. They talk about how the colors, they talk about the way that it drapes on me, and they talk, they just say that it looks nice. So I'm going to show you, right? You never noticed it. We've been together for a couple hours.
Yeah, no.
Right?
No, I'm looking. I don't see any problems. I actually thought she got out of the car and I'm like, that's so pretty.
All right. And it's not in an inconspicuous spot either. Are you ready?
Yes.
There's one little pearl stitch.
I do see.
See, well, now you can't unsee it.
You just want me to point at your boob.
Well, it's not in an inconspicuous spot. It's right here. So this is my sweater to say that when you take fingering and mohair, you get DK weight because this is the Rocketee DK. And it's also a sweater and a lesson in, even though you might have made a mistake, even though it didn't come out exactly as it was planned, it's still absolutely beautiful. And that you can say about your kids.
That is perfect. I
Right?
really love that. Yeah.
Okay.
Great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you have some new yarns, new colors.
I dyed 3 new colors for the Floxy weekend that just passed.
Correct.
And so I can share them with you. So this is what I had previously shown you. This is
They're different bases.
they're 2 different bases.
So this is whisk.
That's the whisk. That's the 80% merino and 20% nylon.
This would make an amazing, lovely tee, by the way. Anybody looking to make that. And
this is my batter base. Yeah.
this is a singles, friend.
It's a singles. I happen to really love.
I love singles.
I like how they knit. I like how it feels in my hand. And this feels delicious. It's very squishy.
It is.
So it's
and what's it called?
This is batter.
Batter.
And so the only way you can really get the batter right now, because I don't have the separate sections for batter, is I only have it listed under this colorway. There are a few kits, I think, that have some batter right now, but I'm going to slowly be kind of like
Bringing it back.
Yes, with different colors.
Okay, good.
Changing things on my. No, I love it. So this is, I think batter is baby alpaca and merino and silk. And it's DK. So I don't know.
Oh no, I'm gonna need to design something in this. Oh no. Oh no. We're not allowed to say that in our house anymore. But something came to me. So Alissa's company is Cake Wool Company. And if you notice that all of her yarns have to do with cake, cooking, baking.
Yeah, baking.
There, you
Yeah.
got it.
I have apologized for that a few times because I know it's kind of hard to, like milk. You're like, well, what in the world is milk? And then you feel like you have to look for a key and to figure it out. But I just couldn't pass it up. I thought it was so fun.
I do think that's fun.
So I try, normally on my website, how it's set up is I'll just have like a fingering heading, and then all the yarns that are fingering are under that section. And then I do the same for DK, for worsted, for lace. And so I tried to help you out that way.
And what's your website, which I will put in the description about when Helen and I get home after we stop for something to eat. And so it'll be later tonight. But what is your website?
Cake, actually I think it's cakewool.com because we had problems with the co.
Cakewool.com.
Yeah.
So to bring back the story about how the names of the yarns are all baking terms.
Correct.
I first learned about Alissa when I worked in a yarn shop, and it was going to be my 50th birthday. And so Alissa was chosen to make my birthday color.
Which was a lot of fun.
It was really fun. And so that's when I designed the Knit a Rainbow sweater. And so Alissa designed, she used whisk
And Blanche.
So Blanche was new to her at the time, 2020. We'll show up. This is the Blanche, and it has the cute little slubbies in it. This is a beautiful color too. Is this new?
Yes, this is one of the 3 new colors.
Oh, it's so happy.
And
What's it called?
neon something. I forgot. It's on a paper I left in the other room.
So this is called neon something or other, and this is in the color Blanche. So this had come in, right? And so we were gonna hold the 2 yarns together to make DK to knit this sweater. And so we're on a Zoom or a FaceTime together, and we didn't know what the name of this was. We knew what whisk was, but we didn't know what the base was called.
Right.
What's going to be called.
Yeah.
And Alissa looked and she said, I'm thinking about calling it Blanche.
Yes.
And I started to cry. Because Blanche was my grandmother's middle name. And I didn't know. Isn't that cool? So it's kind of like another little sign from the universe, oh yeah, this is going to work out.
Yeah. Just perfect for your birthday.
It was perfect because it was my second birthday without my mom, but it was my 50th birthday, and it was COVID, and my surprise party got canceled, and my surprise trip got canceled, and everything got canceled. But I got Blanche, baby, and I was so happy about that. So this is the Blanche base. Now, what is it merino?
Yes, it's 90% merino and 10% nylon.
I love the little slubs.
It has a little bit extra yardage. I think it's, let me see.
It's like 467 or 4 something. I can tell you in 1 second.
It's 438.
467, look at me.
And that color is Neon Delight.
Neon
I forgot
Delight.
The delight part. Yeah. And then it has like a mohair trend. And
is this Mohair Delight? I mean, Neon Delight on mohair?
Yes.
So isn't that amazing? Look how differently the yarn, the dye takes to a superwash nylon and then a mohair silk. Is it mohair silk?
Yeah, it really picked up the green. It just
look at
adhered to, I think, mostly to like the silk area.
There's that green that I love. This part. Oh, so nice.
Yeah, Neon Delight.
This isn't easy to be here.
I try to make it fun. Ooh. Okay, so you can show this one. This is Oasis.
All right, so this is Oasis. By the way, all these match us, by the way. We're very matchy today. This is Oasis.
So this one has much more of like the browns to it. There's a lot of brown. So I wasn't thinking so much like Oasis out in the desert, but it was at nighttime, so I was actually thinking of the band Oasis because I really like them. Wish they were still making music.
And so this is in the whisk. Mm-hmm. And this is
the batter.
Batter.
And then I can tell you exactly that the batter. Whoa. Where is it here? So it's 40% baby alpaca, 40% merino, and 20% silk. And that has 252 yards.
And it's a DK.
So, a DK. Mm-hmm.
It feels heavenly. Like
it's
literally.
Very soft. It's very squishy.
It's very squishy. I love it. So we have Oasis. We have Neon Delight. And Spring Fling.
Correct. Yeah.
All that match us. Okay.
Because we like pink.
We do like pink. I like all colors of pink.
Me too.
The hottest pink though are not my favorite, but I can appreciate them.
Oh. Wow.
Do you love all pinks?
Yes. I might need your help again really quick. If you want that little green bag right there, please. Because this has my hot pink love note.
Oh, Helen is going from emotional support knitter to production assistant.
Yes. We'll have to give you extra cookies.
Wowie.
Yeah, so it's bright.
Wow.
But I paired it with,
This is whisk and a mohair.
yeah. So this, it's not as bright, and it has little flecks of like gray and a little bit of tiny bit of brown in there. One part actually with like a little bit of like a stony blue kind of color.
Pretty.
And so then you see those little specks in here, which it's kind of hard to see because, this shade of pink is very hard to photograph or.
Yeah, it is. Let's hold it up a little bit closer and then maybe they can get it.
There, they can kind of see like some of these little specks that are.
And still not.
It's tricky.
It looks a lot prettier. Color. It looks much prettier than, oh, look, if you turn it around, you can see them much better. Do you see the little flecks in there? This is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing it. I'm actually hoping I can maybe finish out these sleeves, so I can wear it over the weekend.
Oh.
My plan.
What's today, Wednesday?
Yeah.
You can totally do that.
I think so.
Are you making it long sleeve or 3/4? Bracelet?
Probably 3/4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe bracelet. I don't know if I want it long, but yeah.
I never wear my sweaters long. I don't care for them that long.
I'm too busy. I'm too busy
Agreed.
with my kids.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
I'm not busy with kids, but there is.
But you're still busy.
I am. I'm usually knitting. I mean, there is Hank. So
when you gotta do dishes and don't you? No?
Every other night I have to do dishes.
Do you get to split that with your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is a keeper.
He is. He's so delicious. I know. It's crazy. Marianne is asking if you have a retail shop, Alissa. She is cakewool.com. So you can go right on there now. And are we going to say out loud? There's a coupon code.
Oh, there is a coupon code. Yes, it's happiness, all caps, and it gives you 15% off. And I think through till Monday, because I had said Friday in my Instagram page, but I'm not going to be here this weekend. So might as well go through Monday night.
15% off happiness, which is why I totally dig her, because we're all about happy, good feelings, right?
Staying positive.
So whilst we're talking about Alissa's yarn, I'm going to show you that I brought I'm wearing this, which is in your milk,
yep.
Which is the regular fingering.
It's superwash fingering, yeah.
And
single ply.
Then we did something together.
It's like a year ago.
Yeah, last summer.
Yeah.
So on my birthday sweater, the Knit a Rainbow sweater, I decided to put these cute little short sleeves in. So if you buy the pattern, the Knit a Rainbow pattern, it has both versions, long sleeve and short sleeve. And I made it in, this is the one with the cashmere in it.
Right. So I call this dough.
This is dough. And so I wear this all the time.
I love that you have this little loop here.
Somebody has tags that say this is the back. I don't know. Once I'm finished with the sweater, like I'm done with her. Like I'm done. I put her on the drying rack and like be done. So this is it's just a little piece of yarn that I put in the back to tell me that it's the back. Because do you know how many times you're getting dressed and you're like, wait, where are the short rows?
Exactly.
What? So that's what I do.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this was
plumage. It reminded me of my birds.
Oh my gosh, this is plumage.
Plumage.
And this we did a collab together. Which it's not collab, my teenage daughter tells me. It's collab.
Collab.
I'm like, but it's collaborative. You don't say collaborative, do you? Is it jersey coming out? Is my jersey coming out?
It all works. It all works.
I'm gonna have to fix my. See, I'm not used to sitting on a dime. Alyssa has these. So we're sitting on stools, and they're
Padded
square.
stools. Yes.
And so I learned something new. Isn't it so exciting to learn something new? So Alyssa comes to sit down, and she turns her stool.
Rotates.
So it's a diamond that comes, in between.
It's just easy for me to put my feet on the rungs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned something new. And so I'm like sitting on the diamond. I'm trying to get used to it.
They're not going to let us do this together again.
Wait, are you my subscriber?
On what?
On YouTube?
On YouTube? I don't know.
We'll remedy that. We will remedy that.
I'm not sure.
Hi, Michigan. You've adopted your back marking. Oh, you have adopted the back marking. That's exciting, Emery. Thank you so much. Joyce got stuck in traffic and missed it, coming in a day early this year. Yes, we're coming a day early because Alyssa lives about 2 hours away from where Helen and I live. So we took a road trip today. It was supposed to be last week, but my husband was sick and I didn't want to bring nasty germs up here.
Thank you.
Yeah, right? Okay.
But how do I figure out if I'm actually a subscriber or not? Is there a way to figure that out?
Why, let me show you.
Okay. Here. This is my phone.
Where's YouTube?
Well, I don't have a YouTube button. I just look it up.
So you look it up on your browser?
Yeah.
So you're going to look up, I think you do. You're going to look up YouTube and you're going to hit this little
The finder?
finder, and you're going to type in knit a rainbow or nut.
Yeah. So I'm really bad.
Fat fingers. Knit a rainbow. Podcast. And, it says we're live now.
So does that mean that I am a subscriber?
Let's go on here. This was last week's. No.
Okay. So you can hit that subscribe button for me. I would really appreciate
I'm kind of like
that.
you.
Okay, want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. So subscribe now.
I got another one.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Joyce meant, that's cool. Joyce meant about last year's Cake Palooza. You missed it as well, but enjoyed Rhinebeck. Oh, yes. So Cake Palooza is happening this year.
And so is Indian Tangled.
Yes.
And Woolen Folk. We're all happening on the same day. And we all hope that you can come and see us.
And what is it? When is it? Friday?
Friday. So
October.
I think I want to say it's the 13th. Or is it the 14th?
October 14th.
Yeah. The Friday before Rhinebeck.
October 14th.
Yes. And what I can tell them is that Indian Tangled and Cake Palooza happen in the same town. We're about a mile from each other.
Wow.
And then Woolen Folk is just really the next town over. It's not a far drive at all. So you can.
And so you purchase tickets,
Yeah.
right?
Purchase
Just,
tickets.
yep. And those will be on your website. When do they go up?
They're not going to go up for a while yet. I think we still have a bit of time.
Okay.
But there'll be more information about our vendor list, which is just about complete, and it's a great group of makers, and we hope we'll see you.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there as a vendor,
Smiling.
actually.
We'll be in trouble.
I know, we did. We do tend to be. So let's talk about, I have one more sweater to show everybody. And this has a little bit of an embarrassing story. So I think I've been saying for, 6 months now that this sweater is going to go to testing. And then I said it was going to be Monday, and Monday wasn't a grand day for Kimberly. So it didn't happen. And then yesterday we're on Wednesday now, right? So yesterday, I volunteer at our church. We have the first Tuesday of every month is like a senior citizens breakfast,
Oh,
and
cute.
they come. It starts at 10, and they show up at like 9:05, and so they come
It seems
and we
kind of
have.
late, 10 o'clock for
I
senior
know,
citizens.
I know. They're probably like having lunch.
Yeah.
And so, we serve them breakfast and then we have a program, and it's really fun. It's one of my favorite things. But I come home and I'm pretty tired. So I didn't do it yesterday. But today, the testing is going out and we have to think of a name. We're going to get there.
Okay.
But this is the beautiful sweater. Oh, my diamond's going to fall. This is the super pretty sweater. It's done in,
It's gorgeous.
I think this is dough.
This is dough.
This is dough. It's the merino and cashmere MCN, right?
Yes, it's an 80-10-10.
80-10-10.
Yeah.
It is
MCN.
DK weight. It works up super fast, even though the pattern does not work up super fast. To write the pattern does not work up super fast. There's going to be two different options. And the reason why I had such an issue with this is it's top down in the round, and it happened with the sleeves. So I like to have pretty generous sleeves because I have generous arms. So as a designer, that's kind of the way that I like to design. But with the patterning, it's very hard to do that. So the first part of the pattern, you can do, the measurements will all be on there, where you can say if you need like a shallower underarm here, then this will work perfectly for you. If not, there's going to be a place in the pattern where there's a gusset. And it's a diamond. I'm bringing it round. So a gusset is a diamond that you just put under the arm right here, gives you a little bit of space, and then you're going to decrease that right away. So that was kind of the issue that I had, that I didn't really want.
That's really amazing, though, that you're able to think that through.
There's 9 sizes. It's
Wow.
It's cool. There are short rows, but the short rows are in the
collar.
collar.
Nice.
So it just brings up the collar a little bit. I love this.
It is
I love it.
beautiful.
I love it so much. So yes, the testing call is going out tonight. Come high water or the other thing. I don't want to say bad words because I'm trying to be on my good behavior. It's come hell or
good.
high water.
Yeah.
So I said it anyway.
I don't think that's like ranks very high in the list of naughty words.
So this is coming. It's coming. It's so pretty.
Yay.
It's so pretty. And this color
Is orange cake.
is orange cake. So that is so
You
exciting.
should hold that up close too. 'Cause
I
you're so
know.
good with that.
This is called orange cake.
And it has subtle color
It has
variation.
very,
to it.
very subtle. There's like bits of dark. See it? Right there. There's like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty on. I actually have myself professionally photographed in it.
You did.
I did. And I sent you the picture and you're like, wow. I'll show you guys. Let's see. I don't want you to look at mine. This, I'm going to show you a trick. Ready? This is
Yeah.
what I've sent you. If you click that button here, and then it shows you all the pictures I've ever sent you.
Wait, which button was that again?
I'll show you in one sec.
Okay.
Remember this picture?
Oh, I did love that picture. He did a great job.
She.
Oh, she. Even better.
So here is the professional picture of me, even though I'm not smiling, but it is a really
You
nice
look
picture.
happy. And you have your cute boots on too.
I was freezing. I have the same exact outfit
I
on today.
know.
That happens often.
Well, they're your favorites and you wear
They're my
them.
favorites. All right. So here, I'm going to teach everybody something. When you know how you send pictures back and forth to your friends and your family and stuff like that, and you think, I'm looking for a picture, but I don't want to look through the 60 million pictures in my photo. You know, you don't want to scroll forever. What you can do is, I remembered that I sent that picture to Alissa. So here is, here is the part where, where we've chatted with each other on messages, right? Underneath her name is a little arrow.
Oh, I see.
If you click that arrow, it's going to bring you to here. I think I have you a Baptista.
It works.
It's supposed to be a B. So when you scroll up from here, it shows every single photo that I've ever sent. How about that? I hope people can't click on that. Crap. Oh, well.
Wow. Just don't look.
So that's my tip of the day.
That's a good tip because I didn't know that either. That would come in handy.
So I taught you something and you taught me the diamond chair.
I don't know if that's quite an even trade.
It is an even trade. Right now in the what is this called? Your studio? Right now in the studio, Helen and I have been bombarded by beautifulness. And right now, with the 15% coupon, using the code happiness.
Correct.
In all caps.
Happiness.
You can purchase yarn. If you've never purchased her yarn before, now is the time. But I wanted to show you some of my favorites and what I would make with them. So there are kits that are set up in 6 skein kits. There are 2 skein kits from what I grabbed, or 4 skein kits from what I grabbed here, but there are also 2 skein kits, and those are up on the website. So go take a look. But I grabbed a bunch or a few just to show you what I would make with them, right? Because sometimes you see this beautiful yarn and they're kitted together and it looks great and you're like, what am I going to make with these? And no, they're not all my patterns, but probably most. Okay, so this first one that I grabbed, this is a 4 kit, and this is the Blanche
and cream mohair.
Cream mohair, correct. So this is beautiful. You know what I would make with this? Look how beautiful this color is. It's not easy.
It's going to soften a tiny bit when it gets added to the Blanche.
I would make a ranunculus with this. My ranunculus is in the slub yarn and not a mohair, but a fingering weight. It's the greatest thing ever.
I do have some kits that are like that because I was talking about this earlier that I love when you mix the fingering with the slub because of that fabric. It really makes those little slubby parts pop out more.
That's a good point.
So pretty.
Yes.
It's like smooth, and then you get a little slub. Smooth. It's pretty.
Very much. So I love these colors, and then this one as well.
Oh yeah.
So this is one that has the Blanche, and then it has milk. So it has, this would make a lovely, lovely ranunculus.
I think it's the same yardage for a love note too.
Or a love note, yes. Yeah, that's exactly right.
They're very similar.
Yes. So wouldn't that?
And then you can do rocket tees also.
Yes, rocket tee, not the long sleeve one, but the short sleeve one.
Short sleeve one.
And then, okay, are you ready to be happy? Look at how happy that is. I absolutely love this one. I love this.
Yeah, this color is Budgie Dream, and it's one of my favorites.
It's such a happy color.
Yeah. Very springy.
It is springy. So I would do, I would actually make a knit a rainbow in this. I absolutely would.
That would be very pretty.
Wouldn't it be pretty?
Yeah.
So many things.
It's hard to choose.
Look at this one.
So this is light grapefruit.
Oh, yes. I remember those. Look at this kit.
It's a color that does really well for me, like for summertime.
Yes.
Also, I want to point out something about the Blanche, which is the slub yarn.
Right.
So if you take one out so you can feel it, but it doesn't really feel like a typical yarn that is the wool. Like I feel like it has like a slipperiness
Yes,
to it. It's like
does.
that the nylon is almost like encasing that wool. I don't know that. I should write to them and ask. But to me, when I wear this in the summertime, it doesn't feel like wool at all.
Agreed.
It's very smooth on your skin.
Very much so. Look at, again, can we look at how beautiful this color is? There is so much beautifulness going on here.
Yeah, it's light grapefruit.
It's so pretty. What color is that? Like a cantaloupe?
This is, I just dyed for these kits.
Oh, you did?
And I just thought they'd be really pretty together. It would just give like a tiny bit more warmth to the light grapefruit.
It is so gorgeous. So again, you know, you have 3 skeins here. You could make, you know what? You could make birds of a feather too.
Yeah, it's enough yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It'd
could
be a very pretty shawl.
It would be a gorgeous shawl.
Yeah, and that's a nice way for summer. You know, going into the movie theater. I always freeze inside the movies.
Or when you go to like a restaurant or anything about that. And so if we're going to talk about that, look at this happy color. Thank you. Look at this. This is sunshine.
Correct.
Sunshine. Just sunshine. So this is sunshine, and this
is the milk base, and this is the blanche base.
Right.
So this is the same base as your sweater.
My other sweater, because this has mohair.
But this is
milk. Oh, the same base.
Yeah.
She's right. It is. It's the same base. So this would be a wonderful ranunculus, a lovely tee. If you wanted to do, you could do the short sleeve version of Knit a Rainbow and wear it in the summer.
Yeah. I mean, I think with these kits that
you could, the possibilities are endless. And so here's another tip. If you don't want, you know, someone telling you, you know, what they would make in it, is when you go on Ravelry, which is such an amazing resource, and you can, let's say you're going to hit knitting patterns when you go on that page, and then you can hit DK or worsted or something like that, and look at the projects that come up based on yarn weight. Not necessarily based on
like a design.
Right? So
it
look
gives you
at
more
the yarn
options.
weight. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to find projects that you haven't seen.
Yes, and all these are available right away, right? Like
yes,
they're all ready right now.
All of these are here.
And some of them are one-of-a-kind kits, right?
Most of these actually are kind of one-of-a-kind. A few have doubles. But...
Oh, that one I want. This is Helen's pick.
Yeah, this is DJ Lover.
All of a sudden I hear like the 80s. This was my pick, but like I have it on. But look at this.
It is pretty.
Which color is this?
That's just one I had fun time with.
It's just
a one of a kind.
It's a one of a.
This is a one of a kind.
It's an oak.
It's an oak. Yeah. It did take me a long time to figure out what that was.
I just learned that oak is one of a kind. I just learned that. I'm 51.
And she worked in a yarn shop.
I'm like, well, we have this oak color. And I'm like, this doesn't look anything like a tree. Like, what are we talking about? You have to show this one. Why hasn't this gone?
I don't know. I've actually had this in my kit section for a long time. Maybe it needs to come out of the bag or something.
Yeah, let's pull this out because it's way too pretty.
I think it's gorgeous.
Wow. So is this milk?
This is actually my non-fat milk. So this is a non-superwash.
Awesome. Helen's getting up.
Yeah, it's also single ply because
oh my god.
I'm sorry, I love single ply.
I love single ply.
I love single ply.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
Just make sure stitches are
beautiful.
So squishy and
look at friends.
So it has like this kind of like very pale minty
green
just the background.
Hint, yes.
And I think it's so pretty, but it's just sat there. It's all lonely. It needs to find a new home. but it's so pretty.
What do you love about dyeing yarn?
For me, it's very free. It's I don't have to stay. Well, I do have to stay to a pattern if I'm recreating it for a shop or to have in my shop. But even when I'm recreating something, it's just like a marvel to have this blank skein of yarn, and it goes into the water, and then it's kind of like there are so many different possibilities of what it could turn into. And I love that. I think because in my normal life, my everyday life, I should just say, I have to do this, and this with the kids, and I have to do this with my callings at church, and I have to do, grocery shopping, and it's like I have to get what's on my list. And so for me, I think dyeing, it just allows me to let loose and be a little crazy and try something that is different from I don't know, like just different from maybe what I like. Well, Helen was asking me earlier about somewhat similar question, and I think that color for me is, I don't always have a plan sometimes, but if I have a plan, I usually veer almost the opposite direction of that plan. And I think that's because the rest of my life is so planned. And so the yarn dyeing is freeing. I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of people. But
it does. It makes, well, artistic impression, it's all about, I think it's your inner joy coming out, right?
I like that.
Like, it's just, when I look at a pattern of mine that somebody has decided to purchase and make, it feels like for me that I'm spreading myself, my own true essence of me,
right
out into the world.
Yeah.
And it feels so amazing that I can get that out there. That's the same with my YouTube. Like, my YouTube channel, really, it's me,
Right.
It's me being me, doing me, and spreading my light. And I feel very called to do that,
That's good. I think there needs to be more happiness in the world.
Doesn't there?
Yeah.
It's a crazy time.
I need more.
I know.
I can always use more.
Everybody could use more,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have to, like, when is it, like, I don't want to bring up anything hard, but, like, have you ever gone into your dye section and just stood there and said, I can't dye?
Have I ever said that? I think I definitely have stepped away from dyeing as late. And I think it's because I have been sad. And so then it wasn't, I didn't have the joy, I think, to pull from, which is what I needed to make that.
Exactly.
And, but I think from love from my friends and definitely from my kids, that I'm feeling more like myself.
Yeah.
And so then, this was able to happen.
How beautiful
But
that is.
otherwise, I just had to step away for a little bit. And also, life is busy. Homeschooling 4 kids is no joke.
That's a busy mom.
It's been busy, but it's been good. I love my life. I feel very grateful for it. And I love dyeing yarn, but I love being a mom 30 times more. I don't even know if you can even really put a number on it, but that is my my main calling for this time in my life, is being a mom to my kids. And then I squeeze in cake, and I make time for cake. I generally dye mostly in the evenings. Like, I put my youngest one to bed, and then And that's when I can turn the music on and things just come out that make me
Do you
happy.
always dye here?
Yes.
Okay.
So in the very, very beginning of cake, I dyed at the house in my kitchen.
Mhm.
And then I had to tape everything down and
Yeah.
had to keep everything separate. I kept it downstairs. And that was tricky because having kids in the house, like they want to eat all the time.
I know.
And so
I know.
that was hard. And so my husband has this building. We own it together, but he really uses the first floor is for all of his equipment. He's in the film business. He's a key grip, and he has oodles of equipment that he has to store downstairs. And then the upstairs of the building was just kind of vacant for a long time. I also love taking photos. So I was like, oh, maybe I could have like a little film studio up here. But I prefer shooting in natural light, not like a studio session. So I kept thinking, I'm like, maybe this could be an Airbnb. I don't know. Like I just had all kinds of ideas. And he was like, Alissa, it's fine the way it was. And it had been a archery range.
Well, it's huge.
It is huge. It's like an airplane hangar. It's just very long rectangle. And so at this end, like that's why there's the little holes on the wall, because there was a giant target in the middle. And so this across from us is an arched doorway that my husband put in. That was a solid wall. So you'd come upstairs and then you'd walk down this long hallway over here and you'd stand way down there and then you would shoot, aim your bow over here at the target. So where I have my dye studio is over this other section. And that's where they actually had all the bows hanging up and you could, choose from their assortment to try them out. So yes, it used to be a bow and arrow shop. So it went from like very guy place to very girly. But I do have a section here where like my kids, we were doing a lot of homeschool things, but recently it's just kind of transitioned into my girls doing art projects. And there's a sad ping pong table that's not really being used. But,
I mean, it's big enough to have a ping pong table, like a billion couches. It's beautiful. I love it. I've been here before, so.
Yeah, and it was all black, actually. All the walls and ceilings were black, and so my husband just painted all of it white. And so it keeps going through like little transformations, and that makes me happy too. Like when I get inspired to add to it, then, I do something. Who knows what it is, but add a curtain here or there. I'm waiting for my husband to put up more curtain rods so then I can hang
the natural light in here is beautiful.
It is nice. I wish there was a little bit more light over by where I dye. And we've talked about that a couple of times, that he would put in a skinny long window like right above the sink.
Yeah.
So that's kind of in the works, but he's really busy. He doesn't have a lot of time at home. And so he wants to do that. I'm just not sure when it'll happen, but it's on his radar.
I love it. I also love this. Somebody bring this home. And by bring, I mean purchase it on the website with the code happiness in all caps.
Get 15% off. But this really is a special color. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
I love that it's a single. I love singles yarn.
Why do you love it?
I love the way it drapes. I love
That's
and
nice.
and this is fingering.
Yes.
But
it's a little plumper.
It's plumper. It's a plumper fingering than normal fingering. Because and then when you block it and you knit the stitches and then you block it, they all like look magically exactly the same. I don't know. It's just so it's a plumper yarn.
I feel that you can really get away with like sport weight with it.
Yes.
And sometimes I even use it in DK patterns. But That might also just be my tension of knitting.
As long as you get gauge,
Yeah.
gaugity gauge,
Right.
glorious, spectacular gauge, then you will get the results that you want from the pattern. As long as you get gauge. I'm always talking about gauge.
You should. It's important,
It
especially
is
if you want your
important.
garments to fit.
And especially if you want to have the right yarn, especially when you're buying beautiful yarns like this that are more small batch yarns, then
Right.
you want to make sure you have enough yardage for what
Correct.
you're doing.
Yeah, because even though like I can recreate this color, it's always going to be like, even from skein to skein, they're slightly different, just the nature of them. How they were in the pan was one squeezed a little bit more to the wall than the other.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I try really hard to make them stay consistent and the same, because that's what I want for myself. But that's just part of the nature of hand-dyed yarn.
Yeah. And what I will say, one of my favorite things, and I said this about Alissa the first time I ever knit with her yarn, and it was like a purple color. I have a picture of it. Anyway, I didn't have to do any type of helical knitting or switching of, anything like that. It was all very, very consistent throughout the project. And I loved that. And I remember I said that on a live. Look at that purple just popped out.
Yeah. You can open up the skein if you want.
Man. So can you believe we've been talking for an hour?
No, I thought
She
it was like
was
a half
so
hour.
nervous. Well, we just kept going with it. It's all good. It's all good. But so the takeaway here, friends, is let's all head on over to cakewool.com and purchase something if you would like. Also, if you want to keep it on your radar, put a message, like put a thing in your yep. Put the
thing in
Cake
the what?
Wool. Cake Wool is coming in October, so keep a lookout.
Save the date.
Thank you. Follow Alissa on social media. You are Cake Wool on Instagram, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any other platforms that you want to talk about?
I mean, I have my personal kids site. It's not private, but I don't usually. It's just Alissa Baptista. But I don't. Since I started Cake, I don't post on there as like I used to.
Right.
I mean, once in a while.
So go follow Alissa on Instagram. She is Cake Wool.
Yeah.
And enjoy yourself some absolutely beautiful yarn that comes from inner joy that's coming out. So I hope all of you this week, until we can meet each other again or see each other again, whether it's on YouTube or if we meet at a yarn shop or if we're just walking down the street, let that inner joy come out, because it is so important for all of us to show up in our lives and to show up happy and joyful. And then that ripple effect just goes out into the world. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Alissa.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Crinkle, crinkle of the thing.
So that was live on.
Hang on.
Oh, okay. We're still talking?
Yeah.